hotly contested City of Charleston District 10 seat is now headed into a runoff between Summer Massey and Harry Griffin. In this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups, I sit down with Summer Massey one-on-one. And be sure to download the free Quintin's Close-Ups app in your Apple or Google Play stores. Summer, it is so good to see you again.
Thank you, Quintin. I am thrilled to be here.
Oh, thank you. This is your third time as well.
Third time's a charm, right?
Yes. And you're hoping that will be the case in the next 2 weeks.
Amen. That's right. That's right.
Tell me, why Summer Massey? Why now again?
Well, I think we heard the voices of the voters last night loud and clear. They're ready for change. They're ready to get out with the old, and they're ready to bring in the new. So why now? Why Summer Massey? I've got the professionalism. I'm articulate. I've got the civic experience, being on the Colonial Commons Board, being involved with the Charleston Chamber of Young Professionals, also on the Developmental Advisory Board for the Citadel. I'm doing my time, I'm making the connections, and those will help me leverage those relationships to help address the issues that face District 10.
And a lot of people are asking, as we sit here right now, what is the biggest difference between you and your opponent, Harry Griffin, in your mind?
Well, I'm not 100%. Because I haven't heard a lot of what his solutions are to the issues that District 10 faces. And I would love an opportunity to hear his solutions and to discuss our differences during the candidate forum that that Quintin has agreed to moderate, and that we both are anxious and willing to participate in. So hopefully during that time we'll be able to discuss what solutions that Harry will offer, what solutions I will bring, and really see a difference in our strategies.
And I'm going to get back to the issues and actually about realistic issues on traffic in a moment. But let me pause for a second, because I asked Harry this morning, and he basically says it's a relevant issue. But was this an anti-AntiVehicle campaign in your mind?
Not at all. My campaign was something that I felt called to do. And I talked myself out of it twice, but then I said, I can't ignore this anymore. And so it was something that I felt I was called to do. I did it, and boy, it felt good last night seeing my name up there on the top. And we're going to see it again in 2 weeks, and it's going to be amazing. And
let me go to traffic and talk about the realistics of that, because when I interviewed Harry this morning, I know he basically says, hey, let's finish 526.
Definitely.
Is 526 alive or dead in your mind?
That is a tricky question, because I would love to say that it's alive in my mind, but the longer we wait, as I've said before, the longer we wait, the more expensive it gets, and that is a challenging issue that we face.
And obviously, when you go around West Ashley, there's nothing but traffic.
That's right.
What other solutions do you have in your mind to solve that if you were elected?
Well, this is going to be one of the questions that a resident is asking on the West Ashley United Forum. So my realistic solutions to the traffic problem is simply in one word: options. So right now there's not a lot of options as far as routes to take in case there's an accident or multiple accidents like this morning. There's no other viable options to bypass these wrecks. So to provide a resident with options, whether it's interconnectivity to get them to another main artery, or if it's multimodal options. So for example, if we could, like I've said before, if my children and I could ride our bikes to school, if I could take them on a pedestrian path and get them to school via bicycle, that would be great. So I think providing drivers options with the routes they take, and also the multimodal. And that would include mass transit, which I know that the bus rapid transit system is being looked at, and so hopefully we can get that. But right now, realistically, that's not a viable option for the regular commuter and the mom and dad. I've got 2 children in schools, and so in the event I take a bus to work and something happens to my child, I can't count on CARTA to get back to my son's school to help him or to get him. So that's not a viable option.
How about flyways in your mind?
Flyways, I think, flyovers, right? Flyways are the hair. You have that problem too.
Yeah, I didn't get a haircut.
No, the flyovers, I think that they are a great thing to help alleviate traffic congestion. I think that a lot of people would like to see that at the main road and 17 intersection.
Right.
I think that would be a wonderful solution to that congestion there. And it was implemented on Bowman Road in Mount Pleasant to relieve some of that congestion. So I think that they are a great tool to address traffic congestion.
And let me talk to you about Bramley Moody. Obviously, he is a Charleston County councilman. And tell me this, how would you work with him as far as alleviating that is traffic in West Ashley?
So Bramley and I know him very well. I helped him with his campaign, and he and I work very well together. I respect he's very candid. He calls them like he sees them. I respect that in someone. So he and I will be able to work very well together, as well as other county council members.
And let's talk about that. You have Bill Moody, you have Marvin Wagner, and of course Keith Waring and Peter Shade.
Right.
Talk to me about your experience if you were to be elected on council.
Sure. So I already have built-in relationships with Waring, Wagner, Moody. Like I've said before, they like me, they trust me, I know what I'm talking about. They know that my expertise is traffic, is transportation, infrastructure. So I think with all of our knowledge together, we're going to be a powerhouse. And so with the newcomers on council, I'm anxious to get to know them, and I work well with any and everybody. I'm a team player. I call them like I see them, and I'm a problem solver. So I'm super excited for the possibility and for the opportunity to work with everyone on council.
And what other problems do you want to solve in District 10?
Well, quality of life was a big issue, a big issue, and I think that's what drives Summer Massey, is saying, hey, my neighbor has a difficulty getting to work or finding a good job or finding affordable housing, and then I start thinking, what can I do to fix that? How can I make their lives better? And so that's the driving force behind me. And so I think that I will just continue to use my problem-solving skills, my professional experience, my professionalism, and also the experiences that I've had in my life, being the president of my HOA, being on the various boards that I mentioned before, using that experience and saying, okay, how can I use that experience in solving these problems? What did I learn in that, and how can I implement those to solve the problems for our residents in District 10?
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
Well, Summer Massey, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate this.
Thank you, Quintin.
Thank you.